Hey guys, today me and that guy with a million chins are gonna dissect some trash ass movie, so sit back and whatever. It's like a Netflix movie, so at least they don't make niggas go through the pain of leaving their house just to take an L, but still this movie is ass.
Okay, let's talk about The Babysitter, which has a fucking Vine star in it. Should be a fucking exciting movie, right? No, but on a serious note, The Babysitter, it's a really interesting movie. Well, it starts off with this a nerdy ass kid. Of course, every movie has a nerdy ass kid. Well, this kid name is Cole, and he has no fucking friends, which is, I guess there's no other nerdy friends in the school to be friends with, but okay.
I mean, there's like one girl he talks to, but her dad's a fucking lame, so her track record isn't looking too clean.
This kid is like fucking 16 and need a babysitter. Fuck his life, I know. His family is going out of town to fuck. P.S. That's just a rumor. So they hired this sexy ass babysitter named B, and he's pretty much obsessed with her. Oh, did I mention this kid is horrified of needles?
In the beginning of the movie, the boy starts whining about taking a shot despite his advanced age. Look, I know we all used to hate that shit when we were nigglets, but after some time you just gotta take the L, and if you don't want to take it, then you might as well put that hot shit to your temple.
What a pussy, right? But the parents goes out of town, the sexy ass babysitter come over, they play a bunch of fucking games, eat food and shit, and talk about galactic superheroes that would team up, I don't fucking know, some shit like that.
This is easily the worst part of the fucking movie. This shit is so corny and lame, like why do the niggas gotta talk like this and act like this? Why can't they just discuss the recent overseas political issues that are plaguing our foreign policy? Instead they talk about some shit like who they want on a team. It's a fucking joke.
After they get done with all the bullshit, she asks him do he want a drink, he plays it cool and accepts it. She then gives him the drink, but since he's not about that life, he talks her into going in the kitchen and getting a drink as well. When she leaves the room, he tossed that shit in the plant. Need to say, that plant's probably wasted right now. Oh, another side note, this kid really looks like Peter Parker when he put his glasses on. I think he's fucking Spider-Man.
I don't know about that, cause Spider-Man actually does shit. He reminds me of his worthless fat fuck friend actually.
But anyway, thank God he threw that drink in the plant because that fucking babysitter tried to drug him. Fucking asshole. So her satanic friends can come over and have an orgy. According to Cole, well, her friends finally come over, and since he didn't take the drink and get the drugs, the kid is pretty much up and awake.
The girl with the shitty dad coerces him into watching his babysitter have an orgy, and at this point the movie has basically become a race to see who's the biggest psycho.
He goes down there and starts spying on him and find out some pretty sick shit. He comes to the step and see them playing spin the bottle and see some nerdy ass kid get kissed. Well, the kid's pretty much a fucking nerd. He didn't want to get kissed.
There's so much wrong here. Like, first off, if you ain't know these niggas, then why you in a house with them? Flat. And second, fuck you scared for. Imagine shying away from a sexual advance. Meanwhile, niggas like me stay having a Sahara ass dick, and you wanna walk away from a W. But then again, this girl seems like she may have some STDs, so maybe not so much of a W and more like a U.
And then he gets stabbed in the head after he get kissed. He shouldn't have did the kiss. After being scarred, he runs to go call the cops. The cops wasn't much help. After realizing that, he decided I gotta get the hell out of here.
These guys really ended someone's life just so that black guy can be a famous rapper, and the girl from that horrible show can be a journalist. First off, being a journalist isn't even that unlikely, and second, I'm not listening to your lame ass mixtape no matter how many niggas you sacrificed. That shit is trash.
He then tries to climb through the window, but since the babysitter thought he was asleep, her and her car friends come upstairs to drain his blood. Yeah, they need blood. Whatever satanic shit they were trying to do, they needed the blood of the innocent to do it, and since Cole's a virgin, well, you see where the story is going. So instead of jumping out the window, he decided to go back and play sleep. So when they come in the room to take his blood, they think he's still asleep, but he's not. Remember when I said that he's afraid of needles? Well, when they stuck the needle in him, he didn't move. Well, I think he deserves a sticker for that. So, A+.
Well, what this tells me is that he's a pussy and a fake. Cause how come when the Negro in the beginning of the movie was trying to do his job, and you try backing away and making his life difficult, but now all of a sudden when you're in danger, you can take the shot? A fucking two-face.
They get the blood, leave, and as soon as they walk out the door, he jumps out and try to go back out the window. Why not wait an extra 2 minutes? He got his ass caught by the babysitter. She knew some shit was up. He then get caught, took downstairs and tied to a fucking chair. The entire call then surrounds him and try to find out what he knows. He don't really know much. He literally think it's an orgy. So after all this questioning, the cops finally decide to show up. About fucking time. When the cops bust through the door, this Twilight looking ass dude kills one of them. I don't know if this guy snuffed a line of coke before showing up, but he's overly hyper. Calm down, my boy.
I used to think that 12 just needed some body cameras and diversity training, but how does a shirtless man and some random girl kill two of you? Like, you guys have the fucking sticks for a reason. In this instance, you can actually use them.
Cops dead now. More cops hit him up on the walkie-talkie for a response to see what's going on. The cult is now panicking. Oh yeah, be realized, code no cop codes. Why does this kid know cop code?
Okay, so it all makes sense now. Apparently the boy hated rappers and wants to be part of the police department when he grew up, so he learned a bunch of codes, but as we've seen earlier, he's a fucking pussy. So maybe the cops that came through are like his relatives that share his pussy gene and inspired him to be a cop in the first place.
Yeah, how can I forget? One more thing. Bella Thorne got shot in the titty. Rest in peace, her titty.
She starts whining about how she can't breastfeed niggas anymore and now wants to call an ambulance. They should have killed her ass instead of the nerd. Like, what did he do to deserve that?
The kid finally escapes. He run upstairs. Everybody start chasing him. Out of nowhere, cult members start dying. Quick. Yeah, Cole caught her body. But whatever. Now he got worried about this Jacob looking ass psychopath chasing him. And this guy does not give up. Cole Zen managed to escape. And out of all the places he could have ran to, he runs back toward the house. And goes under like this underground attic area. This Chinese assassin then start chasing him around. She could have easily played in Kill Bill Volume 1 or 2. I'm just saying. She goes under the attic area, start looking around and moving a bunch of shit around hoping to find him. She then feels like he's not under there and get ready to leave. And just before she leaves, Cole's silly ass just throws this big ass spider somewhere, makes his noise. She turns back around and realizes that he's under there. But through all that chaos, he still gets away. He locks her down there and then he blows her up. She then dies in the fire. Yes, Cole caught 2 bodies, but whatever. It was about 5 cult members. 2 is dead at this point. Cole is on the road. Wait for it. This psychopath is back. He's now chasing Cole. And he's like the running back of the football team, so he's fast as shit. So after playing this intense game of tag, he finally catches Cole and starts choking the shit out of him. And just before he can kill him, some neighborhood bully pulls up and starts throwing eggs at his house. Like, perfect timing, right? This idiot psychopath didn't let Cole go and tell him to go over there and handle that shit and be a man. Like, dude, just kill him already.
This football nigga is so fake. Why is he talking about, oh, if you beat him now, he won't be back next time? Bitch, there is no next time. You're trying to kill him right after this. Like, what the fuck?
Cole Zen walks over there to the bully and try to explain to him, hey, some crazy people is in my house and they're trying to kill me. But all Cole received from this asshole is sarcasm and an egg to the head. Nice try.
Yeah, this bully needs to catch a shell, if not today, then at least before he finishes high school. I can't understand why some people say that nobody deserves to die when niggas like him exist.
The lunatic then walks back up to Cole to finish his work. Cole runs some more. Yeah, it's a lot of running in this movie. He runs up to a tree house. The crazy guy runs behind him and try to go up there too, and then the guy dies. He got hung.
By now the movie has confused itself with Tarzan, and they give this man a fake ass Clayton death. It's bad enough the jokes are garbage, but now they gotta steal plot points too. Like, this is going too far.
I guess you can say Cole caught 3 bodies. At this point, he's a fucking serial killer. But in his defense, he didn't actually kill him. The guy rubbed the egg off his face, so when he fell, his hand slipped off the tree and his head got caught in the rope and he died. But the egg still came from your face, so you're part of the problem. Cole runs down the street to one of his neighbors. There's some girl house that he sorta kinda likes. I don't really know.
Now the boy has decided to repay his only friend for all her kindness by making her target of the cultists. Why couldn't this man at least tell her to start running with him or call the cops or something? This isn't hide and seek.
But yeah, good job getting her involved. You're such an asshole for that. The babysitter then randomly shows up. How did she know he was there? I don't know. Cole then sneaks out the house and starts running down the street back into his own house. He arrives to his own house and realizes his house is fucking spotless. I don't know, the babysitter must have some type of demonic power or something. I mean, the house was covered in blood and dead bodies. How did she get it that clean? I still need someone to answer that. The only ones left at this point is Bella Thorne and the babysitter. Bella Thorne spent half of the movie complaining about her boob and how her life is over. No one really cares.
I would call her the worst character in the movie, but she faces some stiff competition from that fuck ass bully nigga.
Fast forward a little bit, the babysitter shoots Bella Thorne in the head with a shotgun. I guess she really got tired of that bitch. Cole snatches her satanic book and threatens to burn it if she don't get the hell out of here. She then gives him this long ass story of bullshit, but Cole wasn't having it. He set that shit on fire anyway.
I wasn't having it either. Like, how you gonna kill a nigga in my house and then let your nigga try to kill me and think I would let that shit slide? You got me fucked up.
Cole then runs back outside down the street to go get his neighbor car. He gets in his neighbor car and drives it down the street and runs into his fucking house, crashed into the babysitter and then killing her. Well, she didn't actually die yet, but she should've. That was a strong ass hit. As she lays on the ground banged up, Cole walks up to her. They start having a conversation. He says that I love you, like, dude, get over it. She's satanic. After all that, the fire department and cops pulled up and handed her everything. The parents then come and Cole tells his parents, I don't need a babysitter anymore. Nice job, Cole.
The boy is like 12 years old and just not telling his parents he don't need a babysitter. Meanwhile, niggas are 12 years old and they're having babies. Fucking bum. Also, what took the parents so long? They were like called midway through the movie and they just now show up. Like, you must have wanted that super late summer abortion if you don't value your kid's life like that. Even more sickos.
But a little bit through the end credits, the fire department goes into the house and there's nobody. The babysitter must escape. She literally has some type of demonic powers, I am telling you. But yeah, that's pretty much The Babysitter.
Overall, this movie is garbage. I'll admit it wasn't so bad towards the middle and end, but the fact that the beginning was so terrible ruins everything. I give it a stop out of making movies like this, and I really hope that shit in the end wasn't a hint at a sequel, cause I don't want to see any more of these asshole characters. Okay guys, make sure that when you subscribe you hit the notification button, because that lets you know whenever I make a new video, and as always, thanks for watching.